have to comprehend the level of intensity, severity, and the magnitude of the destructive force of your unconscious societal programming mechanisms that get you to defeat yourself long before anything has ever been given a chance to get off the ground, right? What you do is you automatically assign these things, unconsciously, of course, the energy of disbelief, doubt, uncertainty, fear that it's not going to work out. This is your negative default setting that you immediately revert to, that instantaneously causes you to begin envisioning worst case scenario situations, just cataclysmic outcomes, horrific endings, disastrous conclusions. This is a self-defeatist mentality. This is a part of your self-destructive tendencies. That's why I did a video saying, recognize that you have been programmed for failure by laughing at the notion of your own success. By that I mean that when you showcase your talents in front of people and they compliment you and they just make a suggestion that you're very talented, you should do something with it, you can go very far, you immediately just blow it off. Like, yeah, right. You just laugh it off like, just whatever, it doesn't mean anything. There you go. So if you exist in that space of doubt, self-deprecation, self-effacing behaviors, and self-destructive tendencies, that's what you're transmitting. And that equates like a wall that blocks all forms of high vibrational frequencies because they can't penetrate that stuff. You know what I mean? You like creating this shield, this curtain of titanium, bulletproof materials that nothing can penetrate. And you're locking yourself in as a prisoner. And you're keeping out everything. You have to understand something. The inherent dangers of building a wall between you and the world, yes, you do keep people out, but you're keeping everybody out, even the good ones that want to help you, if you haven't figured that out yet. And at the same time, you're imprisoning yourself. So what is the benefit of this? I understand that you want to protect yourself against the people who hurt you, so that's easy. There's something called distance. There's something called boundaries. There's something called not allowing them to do it and stand your ground and stand up for yourself and defend yourself and not tolerate that behavior. You teach people how to treat you. I hope you understand that. If you allow them to abuse you and treat you like a doormat, guess what? They will continue to do it until you say enough is enough. That's it. But you'd be surprised. The level of abuse that you refuse to accept from strangers, you give yourself 10 times more. Self-abuse is something that goes unnoticed because you don't even realize you're doing it because these are unconscious behaviors. This is where you got to catch this stuff, folks. This is subliminal. This is freaking human psychology 101, The amount of abuse you give yourself, you would never tolerate from a stranger. And that is the truth. This is no different, this video. This is all about you getting to realize in yourself that you're carrying something in you that's blocking everything good from coming to you. And if it manages somehow to get to you, you'll eradicate it by pounding it into extinction and thinking that's okay. You got to see all these people out here. They just stay away from others. They look at you like, oh my God, virus, get away, you'll kill my family. What are you doing? Why is he looking at me? Why is he staring directly at me? What's wrong with him? He's a pervert. It's something called being humane, being human. Establishing eye contact is a human trait. It's in our human nature to do it. That's how you socialize with other creatures, other human beings, to establish eye contact. That's how you establish a connection with someone. That's why you notice nowadays in conversations that all the media-based conversations that are all nonsense and garbage, nobody's looking into each other's eyes. They're all too busy staring at a cell phone and having somebody talk to the side of their face. They're encouraging you not to establish and maintain eye contact for a reason, because that's where energies are tethered, and you become an extension of somebody else's energy when you maintain eye contact and you establish it. It just makes you human. You got to catch all this stuff, man, what they're doing to you guys. Especially these new generations. My God, my heart goes out to these kids. These kids are a freaking train wreck. You can't address them as their names and pronouns, and they're gender fluid and binary and all this garbage. It's all an agenda, man. You can't be what you want to be in the physical. You know, I'm sorry to break the news to you, but you cannot be. Again, I've said before, when it comes to transgender agenda, and it is agenda, just like the woke agenda and all the other nonsense they're trying to destroy the world with. Because don't forget, the children are the future. And if the future has already been programmed for failure, where will we be in the future? Nowhere. You know, so they're trying to get you to believe that you could be anything you want in the physical. No, you can't. You are what you are gender-wise. You know, I've already said it before. Biologically, anatomically, physically, genetically, you are what you are. And if you don't believe me, check your pelvic bone. That will tell you what gender you are. And you can't dance around that anatomical medical truth. It's a fact. You can't play these games. You know what I mean? And there's other bones in the body that will determine what gender you are, like it or not. Your agenda doesn't fly. It's just garbage. Political correctness, Common Core mathematics, all of it. It's all coming from the same place. And the topic of this video is also focusing on that too. That you are inherently programmed to destroy yourself. You don't realize it, but you block yourself every which way. It's just that true. It's absolute truth. And I myself have been guilty of that for many years. When you get good news coming in, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden that mind kicks in. Ah, that's a bunch of garbage. It ain't going to work. This is a bunch of nonsense. It's make-believe. It's a pipe dream. It's unrealistic. It's unimaginable. It's unattainable. You know, live in the reality. You know, like when you hear somebody say, be realistic, you know what they're telling you? They're telling you, take a gun and kill your dreams. And just settle for the mediocrity of life. You know, never exchange the extravagant amazement of your dreams just to settle for the mediocrity of an ordinary average existence. And that's what they try to get you to do every day. You know? These kids nowadays, your heads are being messed up. They're screwing with your head. You know? And then you got Elon Musk, who has been granted FDA approval to start microchipping the brains of special needs people. You know where this is going. I'm going to give you a little 101, folks. That thing they gave you guys a few years ago that has microchips in it and nanoparticles and all kinds of goodies. Because what they intend on doing is, once you are hit with that, it changes your mRNA. You are no longer a biological, organic, or natural organism. You are now mechanical, and they can patent you like a car or a tool or an invention. And the ultimate agenda is for them to hook you up to what they refer to as the Internet of Things. That's why that thing that they hit you with 4 years ago has graphene oxide. It's an industrial metal that works in tandem with those microwave towers that have a number and a letter. The number comes after the number 4, and the letter comes after the letter F. I can't say it because they'll flag me. But that is their plan. That's why they want to start microchipping everybody's brain. And I know for a fact that at some point they would make it mandatory by law that every child born in this world would have to have their mind microchipped in the hospital. That's where they want to take it. So I'm just going to conclude this video by saying, you've got to stop being your own worst enemy. You know, you keep shooting yourself in the foot and wondering why it is you keep hobbling around in life. You know, you can't keep putting your hand in the fire and wondering why it is you always get burned. It's just common sense, but unfortunately these days common sense is not that common anymore because they're dumbing you down. That's why you cannot speak clear, concise, colloquial English. You probably don't even know what the word colloquial means. You know, look at the dictionary. Hangry, Juneteenth. I mean, come on, man. You can't see what's going on? That's the dumbing down of the world agenda. This is an anti-intellectualism war, folks. Why do you think they want to make you stupid and ignorant? Because you're easily more controllable that way. You're not going to know what's going on. You'll be clueless. You'll listen to everything they say. You know, an intelligent person, you can't push this stuff off on them. You can't get over on them. You can't pull the wool over their eyes. It ain't going to happen, especially old school intelligence. Before we had internet and cell phones and all that nonsense and social media didn't exist. When I was a kid, none of this existed. You know where all of this is coming from? These agendas? It's coming through the dissemination of the narrative being propagated on social media through the content that you consume. You are what you eat, right? Okay, well, it's no different when you find yourself connected to some sort of social media platform and you just keep digesting this content. You know, that's the same thing. Don't forget, your mind is a glass from which only your life shall drink. So if you're filling it with poison, you're poisoning your life. So when they fill your mind with lies and illusions, deception, misinformation, disinformation, useless information, untruths, useless tools, that's exactly what you're going to be a product of. And that's the space you will operate from. That's what you'll project, and that's what you receive, and that's exactly what your life will be. You can only refer to your training. This moment right now that we are in right now, all you are right up until this point is a culmination of all of the experiences in your life up to this point until you learn something new. You are the culmination, the end result of all of the accumulated experiences that you have gathered from birth till now, because that is your reference point. You can't have anything else unless you learn something new. So think about that for a minute. And that reference point is your past identity. That is your current identity as well. So what you're referring to as far as your knowledge, your information, your experiences, your wisdom, all of the things that you've come to know in this world as the only reality in life there is, has been put there by a system that has been designed to control you. So the only thing you refer to is a library of lies. I hope you see this stuff. That's why you destroy yourself. You've been programmed to do it. And I catch myself doing it too sometimes. I'm like, wait a minute, when somebody compliments me, I'm like, no. Then I'm like, wait, here I am on YouTube telling these people to do it, and I'm finding myself doing this unconsciously. I say, yo, I got to stop this, man. You know? I do practice what I preach. But the thing about this unconscious societal programming mechanisms, it is just that, unconscious, subliminal programming. That you are not even aware that you're doing it because it becomes your primary nature. It is so thoroughly well ingrained in your subconscious character that it becomes a part of what you are. But don't forget, if they didn't tell you who and what you are, who and what would you be? If you came to this earth and they told you you're an energy, frequency, and vibration equal to everything and everyone around you, you are a supernatural, esoteric, metaphysical alchemist capable of manifesting greatness and miracles anytime, anywhere. You are a maven of pure energy manipulation and the transfer of your intentions into becoming your actual reality. You have cosmic abilities, celestial abilities, divine gifts. You can take any energy and make it into what you want. You can create things that don't exist in your sacred space and then make that a reality here in the physical. And you can do amazing things as far as healing yourself, healing others, being a teacher, and being a student at the same time, influencing others and having them influence you. I could go on and on. Did anybody ever tell you that when you were a kid? No, they didn't. They told you, what do you want to be, Billy? You want to be an astronaut? You want to be a fireman? You want to be an army soldier? Of course. The education infrastructure is an indoctrination camp into their illusionary universe. You are unconsciously indoctrinated into their illusionary universe for a reason, because it serves their purposes. And the reason why you block all divine gifts is because you are unconsciously programmed to do so. That's it. That's why they're coming up with all these woke agenda and BLM and Antifa and all that garbage. It's all coming from the same hub, and they can tell you could be whatever you want. You can't refer to them as their name, only in pronouns. And people don't even speak full, complete sentences when they speak, and they don't write it anymore. People don't have conversations face to face. It's texting. It's very impersonal. You know what I mean? They're dehumanizing you. They're desensitizing you. They're demoralizing you. They're devaluing you. They are devolving you and degrading you, denigrating you. They are diminishing every aspect of your humanity. That's why they say, even these clueless spiritualists are like, I just received a download from the universe. You're not a computer. They're trying to get you to associate yourself with a mechanism because they intend on microchipping your brain. I hope you guys are catching on to this stuff, man. Seriously. But anyway, the premise of this video is such that you have to understand that you are unconsciously blocking things by not believing, by not empowering these things to become your reality, by not sending them your energy. You understand, that's why I say many times, why do you think they refer to it as your imagination? Because they want you to associate that with something that doesn't exist. If you don't believe me, look on your phone, Google it, put in the word imagination and the definition of it. It'll come up. Imaginary, non-existent, not realized, fictitious. Of course, they've already trained you to believe that your most powerful energy that can create anything and from that creation can evolve anything is non-existent. So therefore, if you know it to be non-existent, you will not send it your energy, you will not empower it, and you will not grant it the gift of you, giving it any regard. Do you see where I'm going with it? And how they get you to do this in such a way that it seems logical, it seems prudent, it seems pragmatic and practical, and it seems like it fits and checks off all the boxes, but it's just a bunch of garbage. It's all a lie. This is how they get you to deteriorate yourself and step down to the lowest level of the dimensional planes of unconscious existence. These are the subdimensional planes, man. That's why I do these videos, to make you realize I can't wake you up. Only you could do that for yourself. But this video is about you realizing that you have a potential to unlock something inside yourself. I shouldn't even use the word unlock because there's no keys, doors, or locks. But anyway, to become aware that you carry these things that are dormant inside your sacred space that you need to resuscitate back to life with the power of your intentions. No dream ever dies. They simply remain dormant inside your sacred space, what you call your imagination, patiently awaiting the power of your intentions to resuscitate them back to life, meaning they're not dead, they're in a state of suspended animation. No dream ever dies. If you don't realize your dreams in this life, you're going to be coming back. You could be like a man in this life, and the next one, you'll be a woman or whatever, a tree, the wind, a cat, whatever. It doesn't matter. The soul is malleable. It can assume any form. It's ubiquitous, omnipotent, omnipresent. It's omniscient. It's everything at once. It's malleable, pliable, adaptable, flexible. You do not want to exist in the mediocrity of emulation. You want to just be an original, be different. Stop being a follower and a listener to other people's nonsense. Stop looking for answers. Create them inside yourself. Stop trying to find peace outside yourself. Create it within yourself. You know what I mean? So anyway, I hope this video helped. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. God bless all of you, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. You know what I mean? It is a beautiful, beautiful life. You just have to alter your perceptive lens to truly be able to view it that way. Because the perceptive lens that you carry is such that it is filtered, processed, and programmed by this system only for you to view things as enemies of the state and the eyes of war. That's why you're always on high alert and a hyper-vigilant stance, And unfortunately, what you're on high alert looking for is anything that's coming towards you that even remotely represents change, because then you'll just blow it away and kill it. And that's God trying to help you help yourself. God bless you.